Hi everybody, welcome back to Hogwarts Legacy, and in this video I wanted to show you how you can switch between different spell sets really quickly and how having access to lots of different spell sets work. Now specifically what we're interested here is console or using a controller. So I'm using an Xbox controller on my PC, it works the same on Xbox and obviously on PlayStation as well. So if you look in the bottom right hand corner of my screen, you can see I've got my quick access spell. So pressing right trigger, I can then choose the spell I want. Now this is my general wandering around spell set, where I've got the light spell on Y, I've got B and X to sort of put people up into the air or drag things towards me, so that's good for moving blocks around for when you're trying to solve puzzles. And then I've got A, which is the stealth spell. But what I can also do is if I press right trigger and then press right on my D-pad, I've got my offensive spells. So I've got my disarm spell at the top, we've got make people float, make people come towards me on B and X, and then A, I've got the fire one. And then if I press down on the D-pad, this is my sort of construction thing for inside the room, you know, inside your base when you get to that level. Now if you're wondering, okay, how can I do that? The first thing you need to have, you see, you need to have got to the level where you unlock talents, and once you've unlocked talents, as you're playing the game you earn them, and then you go into the core settings and you'll see these settings here, and they say a new spell set is added. So we've got that one, we've got 1, 2, 3, and there could be, is there a fourth one? I think that might be it. Yeah, so you might only have access to 3 different ones, I can only see that. And once you've got that, that means that when you press right on your D-pad and you go into the spells, so this is my down on the D-pad spell set. If I press right trigger, I can now go over the top of a particular spell, and if I press, for example, A, well that would be X on PlayStation, that will then put this spell here, Expelliarmus, on the bottom. See how it changes that way? And the best way I'd like to think about it is just think about the spells that would go together in a particular situation. So, you know, you've got your general walking around spells, which could well be stealth and moving things and that sort of stuff. And then you've got your fighting spells. But obviously what you could do is if I press the right trigger and I press up on my D-pad, we've gone to the second spell sets. What you could do is you can have, once you've unlocked enough spells, you can then have 2 sets of offensive combat spell sets, so that when you're in combat and your spells are cooling down, you switch to the other set and start using them. And then really it's a case of just practicing. So as you can see, you know, you press right trigger to cast the spell, and then you just get used to using your D-pad to change between the different spell sets, and you can do this really quickly, and it's probably faster than if you were to do it on a keyboard as well. It's pretty amazing. So there we go, that's how you quickly switch between spells and spell sets in Hogwarts Legacy. Hopefully you found that useful. If you have, hit like, want to see more of the same, press subscribe, and I will of course see you again soon.